I'm here with Tim Spitzer. He's had a very interesting K-12 educational career. Now you're the assistant superintendent in Breathitt County, and you're doing a lot of very exciting things in that county. So what are some of the highlights that you think is going on?
Well, Ron, we've worked with our middle school to where we've kind of totally refocused it on project-based learning, personalized learning. This year we started what's referred to as a 6th grade accelerated academy. It's completely a classroom that is paperless. All the activities are focused on project-based learning activities. Kids are actively engaged. It's really student-centered, and a lot of that learning is personalized toward helping the students meet their individualized needs. To get into the academy, of course, we have 3 elementary schools within our county. We did an application process. It was very strenuous, similar to like something you would do when you're applying for the Rogers Scholar or when you're a sophomore in high school. And so we had 42 students that were accepted into the academy. It was based upon their grades, their attendance, and their extracurricular activities. And so far, we've had great success with that. And we've also incorporated project-based learning not only within that 6th grade, but also within the 7th and 8th grade, to where students are, just about every single classroom has one-to-one devices, to where kids are actually, the kids are kind of the facilitator of the learning, and as well as the teachers are kind of just sitting back and letting the kids drive. And it's just been a phenomenal school year at Sebastian Middle, and we're very pleased with their accomplishments. And matter of fact, it's been really successful, and we're looking at incorporating Project Lead the Way down in our elementary grade levels, and we call Project Launch. And then the ultimate goal, of course, is kids that graduate Breathitt High School to be college and career ready, but not only be college and career ready for Breathitt County, but also to where they can be globally competitive within the next few years, to where possibly they could sit at home, work off a computer, and be employed with a company out of California, Maine, wherever.
We use that term project-based learning, and so people in the community that may be watching this may not know that. So how would you describe what project-based learning is?
Project-based learning, kind of give you an example of it. For instance, if you take kindergarten, where we always take the kids to the pumpkin patch. Well, maybe instead of taking them to the pumpkin patch, we come in and we actually plant the pumpkin seeds. We plant a garden outside, so the kids actually get to see what happens from the seed to the plant. And then when you also finish it, of course, then you get the finished product. The kids then will have an opportunity to be an entrepreneur where they can sell those pumpkins and do different things. So that's a quick synopsis of project-based learning, but we're also just a lot of hands-on activities, student-centered activities, to where you'll see kids making things. They will bring just paper towel rolls, blank paper towel rolls, duct tape, aluminum foil. I mean, it's just amazing to walk in. It looks like that we're collecting junk at the middle school, but they'll actually come back with activities to where, they've got a productive product. And the hope with that is, maybe they may invent something or get a patent upon it, and, they may make the next, the new thing that may hit the new wave.
Well, we know that education is changing, and part of what we're doing here is to transform education. But in the last 2 years, have you seen very many changes? What's going on in the classroom and in terms of innovative teaching approaches?
Well, typically speaking, when you think of a classroom, we think of like 1950s, 1970s. Classrooms are teachers that got the desk in rows. And now when you walk into our schools, and this is pretty much K through 12 now, teachers are collaborating with the students. You may walk into a classroom, you may have some that desks are just kind of out of the question. Kids are actually facilitating the learning. And you can also see that if you have teachers that are not buying into this concept, that the kids are really letting those teachers know that. So the kids are very appreciative of the project-based learning. Of course, just about every kid now has a device in their hand, and why not make the most of that opportunity and let those kids be active engagers within that classroom.
And I know I was amazed. I interviewed a person earlier that first graders are tweeting. And so when you start thinking about young people embracing technology that early, how then that has to elevate the game of parents and the whole community. So it seems like what's going on in the schools can transform our communities as well.
And we live in a very traditional community, to where, the culture is, we have a great culture within our community, but sometimes we're a little bit resistant to change. And with bringing in the technology, bringing in the innovative approaches, we've had several of our parents now that will follow us on Twitter, will follow us on Facebook, and we've started a little Twitter hashtag of #Breath at Pride.
Okay.
And it's starting to take effect, especially on Facebook.
Yeah.
So anytime something positive goes on within our school district, especially in regards to innovative strategies, those are posted throughout.
Okay. Well, Tim, thank you so much for dropping by. We appreciate all that you're doing here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
Ron.
we're ready for, take a little break, get ready for our next guest.
All right.